Morning, guys. I'm going to share a little story with you about that I've been reading and studying um, in First Kings chapter 13. Before I do that, I'm going to give a few verses here. In Proverbs 16:18, it says, "Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." And then in 1 Corinthians 10:12, it says, "Therefore let him that thinketh he stand taketh heed lest he fall." Talking about pride, being prideful. So there's a story in First Kings chapter 13. I'm just going to give you the brief overview of it from my notes here that I've taken. It says in uh, 1 Kings 13, so there was a prophet from Judah. He was sent to rebuke King Jeroboam for his idol worship. So Rehoboam was an idol worshiper in the northern part of the kingdom of Israel. God commanded the prophet not to eat, drink, or return the same way. After delivering the message to King Jeroboam, he leaves, and an old prophet hears of him. So an old prophet hears of this prophet from Judah, finds him, and lies. He lies to him, saying an angel told him to bring him back for a meal. And the man of God believes the old prophet and disobeys God's original instruction. After they ate, the old prophet then receives a true message from the Lord, saying the man of God will die for his disobedience. On his way home, a lion kills the prophet from Judah, and the old prophet mourns and buries him. And the lesson is about disobedient to God's word. So this prophet, I don't know if he's a young prophet from Judah or not, he went, delivered a message to Rehoboam, rebuking him, but God told him, don't eat, or drink, and return the same way that he came. But this old prophet came and lied to this other prophet and told him to go eat with him and so forth. So anyway, so my thing is just because the old prophet, he was a prophet at one time, he wasn't living like a prophet. That's why he lied to the younger prophet that came along. Let me share a few other verses right here with you. So the thing is so the old prophet had been a prophet in the past, but in mentioning, he definitely wasn't acting like a prophet, a faithful prophet. He lied and misled the man of God. So while he had been a prophet, this story shows that he was not living like a prophet. And it's a reminder to all of us, even to people even people with a past can truly stumble. Truly stumble. And Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount, "You are the salt of the earth. Salt in its time is precious, and in preserving food. So salt preserves. Salt is useful. But if salt isn't salty, basically its purpose is to be used no longer." So Jesus emphasizes that his followers are meant to have a real impact, preserving goodness and influence on the world. Jesus is saying that we should impact the world and preserve and influence the world for God's glory, living faithfully for Jesus. So if God's called us for a mission to do something, we need to continue that mission throughout our lives, not just do it for a little while and then do our own thing later on. So, well, I used to do what God wanted me to do. No, we should do it through our whole life. If we lose that distinctiveness and no longer are living our purpose, then we're not fulfilling what God calls us to do. It's a call to remain true to the purpose and the mission. If we lose our saltiness in Jesus, then we can't fulfill the mission God has for us. I think about staying anchored to Jesus. That's what generally matters. And then lastly, Paul says, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the course, and I have kept the faith. See, the old prophet, he started the race, but he didn't finish it. In fact, in his older part of his life, he lied to another prophet, and the young prophet died. The young prophet was disobedient too, though. So we have to be true. The old prophet ended up dying on the way home by a lion killing him, and then the old prophet felt bad about it and buried him. So both of those prophets were not faithful. We got to stay faithful to God. We got to stay faithful to Jesus, keep close accounts, and keep God's word true in our lives. God bless you guys.